road to nowhere is leading to a lot of trouble for one New Mexico neighborhood. This morning, it's gotten the attention of a city official. Stampede Drive near Unser and Gibson runs along a neighborhood and a park before dead-ending across from an apartment complex. The road doesn't have anything on it, homes or otherwise, but plenty of people seem to come here anyway. This is video of a News 13 producer shot around noon yesterday. It shows a pair of drivers doing donut after donut, in one case nearly hitting someone trying to film the action. As you can see from Sky News 13, this happens a lot.
It's loud enough to where it wakes me up at night sometimes. It scares me. I feel like somebody's right here by my truck or something.
Now, it's not just the noise. The area's a mess as well. We found needles, beer bottles, and broken glass. All of this, by the way, right next to a playground. We reached out to City Councilor Clarissa Pena, who represents that area. She tells News 13 she will be asking the fire and police department to check it out this morning.
Yeah, we do it every day, but what if doing too much sitting could put your heart at risk? According to a UNM professor, recent scientific research shows doing too much of it is bad for your health. News 13's Catherine Mazzone sat down with an exercise expert to learn about how to live a longer, healthier life. Catherine?
Good morning, Adam. Exercise science professors at UNM say there's been a shift in the field of exercise physiology over the past several years. Now, scientists are studying what happens when we sit too much.
Mostly what's happening is in our blood vessels. What we're seeing is our bodies are not absorbing fat from the blood as well as they should.
UNM professor Len Kravis says this circulating plaque is leading to plaque buildup. Kravitz says that's a combination of cholesterol and fat that gets inside of your blood vessels. Over a period of time, he says it starts to stick and harden, blocking our vessels. Kravitz says that can affect your heart. He even tells us exercising 30 to 45 minutes a day won't prevent buildup if we're sitting or sedentary for the rest of the day. So how do we prevent it? Kravitz says it's simple.
The newest research is indicating that most people would be much, much healthier if every 30 minutes of their waking day they got up and just walked around a little bit.
Kravitz says you don't have to walk fast, but brisk walking is better than slow walking. This message of doing too much sitting is something Kravitz has been spreading at UNM. He pairs it with the secret of longevity, saying the goal should be to cultivate a mindset of health span rather than lifespan. Back to you, Adam.
Interesting stuff. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to have more simple tips on how to keep your heart healthier longer.
We now know the man arrested for the Super Bowl Sunday murder is also a city employee. This morning we checked, and David Ulibarri is still locked up at MDC on a murder charge. He was arrested on Monday and is one of 3 men accused of shooting and killing Paul Rael earlier this month. Police say they did it over $30 of meth. Ulibarri is a supervisor with ABQ Rides Transit Department. He's been put on paid leave for now. Police arrested another man, Jason Comitz, shortly after that murder. And last night, the third man, Ricardo Romero, turned himself in. All 3 are also linked to a biker gang. More details are surfacing about the man accused of beating a woman, murdering her, then dumping her body in the woods. Detectives tracked Ivan Kales Jr. to St. Elizabeth's homeless shelter in Santa Fe Monday night. He's accused of beating Roxanne Houston to death shortly after she moved to Taos from Colorado. He had been on the run for weeks, changing his appearance. He was also using an alias. Court documents don't reveal a possible motive.
We now know the names of the 2 men involved in what Berlin police believe is a murder-suicide. Police say a friend found 25-year-old Ronald Aragon and his uncle, 53-year-old Herman Aragon, in the trailer that they shared near First and Vivian on Monday. Investigators are awaiting autopsies. They don't believe the public is in danger. The younger Aragon did have a criminal history that included drugs and domestic violence. We're staying on top of the disappearance of a number of dogs in Torrance County, and one of them has now shown up covered in oil. Neighbors say they even spotted a strange car in the area. Many of the dogs who went missing are pit bulls, one of them Layla. She vanished just last Thursday, shortly after being spayed, but her owners say she suddenly showed back up yesterday. There is some suspicion the dogs are being stolen and used for a dog fighting ring.
And we have some good news about Jazzy, the St. Bernard who was rescued after being stuck in a cold, muddy ditch. The story was trending for several days on KRQE.com. Her little furry friend Razor ran for help, and Belen firefighters and police officers came to the rescue. Jazzy, who is 9 years old, was pretty exhausted after 18 hours being in that mud. As you can see from this video her owner sent to us yesterday, she's feeling much better these days and is up and running around. But their sister Layla is still missing. There she is. She ran off with the dogs more than a week ago and has not returned. New this morning, the verdict is in for the former Marine on trial for the shooting death of American sniper Chris Kyle and Chad Littlefield.
The jury found the defendant Eddie Ray Routh guilty.
Eddie Ray Routh admitted to shooting Kyle and Littlefield at a firing range 2 years ago. It took jurors 2 hours to deliberate. The defense had argued that Routh suffered from schizophrenia, that he was having a delusion when he killed Kyle and Littlefield. Chad's mother, Judy Littlefield, fought back tears as she reacted to that verdict.
We've waited 2 years for God to get justice for us on behalf of our son.
Routh could face life in prison now. The defense now plans to appeal the verdict.
507 interest rates could be going up. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen says she will consider a hike on a meeting-to-meeting basis. Those remarks came while she was talking with the Senate Banking Committee, paving the way for what could be the Fed's first rate hike since 2006. She did emphasize that the Fed is not sold on the idea of raising rates and said she's pointing to signs that the job market isn't fully back on track.
Nearly 130 commercial jets are grounded this morning for safety reasons. Southwest Airlines says it discovered an overdue required maintenance check on 128 of its jets and told the FAA about it. According to Southwest, the grounding of the jets resulted in about 80 flight cancellations yesterday. They say they anticipate very minimal impact on flights come today.